Thanks for joining Gympik live on Facebook. I hope we are able to address your concern around mental wellness on World Health Day. So last few days, I'm sure all of us have been a bit disturbed at the extreme step taken by otherwise healthy youngster. A life ended abruptly, probably due to lack of communication. That's why for next 60 minutes we are here to speak on the topic of mental wellness. Please do not hold your fears, your frustrations, your stress inside yourself. Speak up. We have a renowned psychologist in Bangalore, Dr. Sugami Ramesh, with us, and she will be talking to all of you today for the next 60 minutes. And letting you know about mental wellness, why is it important, what can we do, and how can we help someone who is in need of a counseling. So over to you, ma'am. And please keep those questions coming in. We'll be taking the questions also.
Good afternoon, all of you. It's been a great pleasure talking to you to this Gympik, and really my talk should be of some help to somebody and somewhere who is listening to my talk. See, today is being the World Health Day. I want all of us to be happy and keep it alive. It's all of us go through some kind of a stress or upset about certain things. It's quite common. But some of the people keep dwelling in that. So that is a problem. You are not able to share it with anyone. You are not able to communicate with someone. That leads to your mental imbalance. I don't want to use word depression. It's not fair on my part to use depression because it's quite common. It's not a sign of weakness. In fact, I feel all of us go through this kind of low feeling, because day to day it's happening around us. We don't know how to take the support system. We don't know whom to contact. We feel your confidentiality will breach. That's the reason you keep it to yourself. There is a lack of communication, and you try to break that communication. That is when you get into problems. So I feel you should not be ashamed of sharing your feelings when you are little disturbed, when you are upset, when you are not keeping okay. It's okay, and you need to select the right person, right place, and you should know that these people will be able to help you. See, nowadays we psychologists are available in a lot of places. You must take the support system. It's even all of us go through. Even I may go through this kind of a feeling. So we can, in fact, I can say that we can live with the depression and live a wonderful life. It's not that you're stressed, you're this thing, and you have to keep your face sad. You have to be not energetic. With all of we can have upset in our life, but still we can lead a wonderful life. See, we imagine certain things, but it comes out to be something else. So that's why you become a little upset. And everyone must find out what is the version of your feeling sad, where you have gone wrong. I don't say why. Why it doesn't give any. Where I have gone wrong. How did it happen? When did it happen? When you look into those things, definitely I feel you will find a way of coming out of your feelings. You may understand what you are going through. Since we say it as a cognitive behavior thing. See, we all are intelligent. No one is. We can think rationally and try to deal with it. And always remember, you are not alone who is going through this kind of a distress or sadness. All of us go through. So it is possible for you to help yourself to go forward. See, today, being a World Health Day, there are about 300 millions of people who are suffering from this. And moreover, between 15 to 29 years age people are getting affected with this kind of a distress, and people trying to take the drastic step also this age. So it is very important for all of us to be aware of what we go through when we are little upset about it. See, there are certain ways we have to identify when we are little upset. See, all of us, maybe your colleague or maybe your wife or your husband or a friend or something, I want all of you to observe your friend, fellow relationship which you have, either maybe your child or your friend or your wife, husband, anybody. You need to follow a certain warning signs which when an individual go through little upset. See, firstly, the main thing, the basic thing in their life is the sleep get disturbed, and there will be decrease in their energy level, and then they will not be, they'll be all the time will be in an anxious mood and looking for, and they feel low all the time. I want all of you to identify these signs when you find someone who is going through low phase. Their performance will be very low, and suddenly their performance comes down, and they will, it's not a suicide, all of a sudden they'll take the drastic step. They will give you certain hints that they are not okay. Please pick up, please understand their body language. When they come and meet you, when they come and talk to you, you need to identify that they are going through, but please don't tell them that you look very horrible, you look so, what's happening. That's not the way to address it. That you are hurting their ego. Hey, what is I can't see you the way you are dressed up. See, you're hurting their ego. You need to understand that they are going through some problem. No, I feel that you are not okay. So what will make you feel better? I want all of you to ask this thing instead of making a comments on somebody, because already they are upset. If you ask them directly this kind of a question, you'll be hurting their egos. So instead of that, be polite. I feel you're a little not okay. How can I help you? That will make them feel better. Instead of hurting their ego, just be polite, be loving, caring towards them. Probably they will come out, and they will definitely, that's what we all do. When somebody come to us, we always give them that caring, and we listen to them very carefully what they are trying to communicate. We understand their body language. That's why we can connect to the people very easily.
Yeah, so, I think you raised a very important point that probably all of us have to learn to kind of understand things that we cannot see, because depression, or probably if someone is going through a mental disorder or any kind of a problem, it is not a facial expression. There is not a facial expression. So if I'm happy, I'm this. If I'm sad, I'm crying. So the other person gets to know. So these are things that we can't see. So what are those signals, or what are those symptoms that are so prominent?
Basic thing, they'll have lack of sleeplessness. You can find out from their dark circles and all that. And their performance will go down. And their eating habits. Either they'll be eating too much or too less also. And their mood keeps varying. Suddenly they'll be very happy, suddenly they'll become sad. So these are the things which you need to observe. These are the main thing. And they become very irritable sometimes. And for the small little things also, it upsets them so much, it makes it a huge thing. They all the time they say, I'm so stressed, I'm so stressed, I'm so stressed. They use that word quite often. So these are the things you need to observe.
And how should we approach them? So if I know...
See, that's what I told you. Instead of making a statement saying that you look horrible, you look at your dress, you dress so horrible. Instead of making such drastic comments, you just that you seems to be not okay. Just let me know you need my help. Just let me know anytime, whenever you feel comfortable. Give that option to them so that they feel very comfortable. Some of them, with my first setting, they will not be able to share with their problem. So when I make them feel comfortable, we developed a rapport saying that you can feel comfortable to share your feeling. Then they'll start.
So make them comfortable to share whatever they're going through.
I give them option instead of you telling them. Don't give them advice.
Yeah, I think
never give them advice. They don't like, even the small children, this teenage. This is the main problem.
Yeah.
They all the time they are getting advice, and all the time they are being controlled, and all the time they are being judged. This is the main cause. I feel this is my feeling is between 15 to 27. Lot of things they're all the time being judged, all the time formed opinion, all the time giving advice. So this is being controlled also. Correct.
I think we've got one question here, ma'am. I'll take this question. It says nowadays people go through a lot of stress at work, especially in the IT jobs, because they have different kind of work timings and different kind of a pressure which comes from each and every role, who can't take out time for daily morning exercise.
Okay.
So what would you suggest these people to do to counter the stress they're facing at work?
Suppose if you're in an IT company, I'm sure all the IT companies will have some recreational facility. I'm sure about it because I have worked in IT company also. They make sure that there will be some recreational facilities will be available to them. Please, during your working hours, just take half an hour break. When you are just half an hour will do. I mean, in fact, in 15 minutes or a period of every 3 hours, every 4 hours, 15 minutes is also good enough. And take wherever you are, there are certain relaxation techniques. See, basically you are stressed out. So you will not be taking the deep breath. In fact, if you just start your deep breath and relax and close your eyes, imagine what are the difficulties.
Correct.
Just you can. I feel you can get out of the stress. I feel.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, you can send your questions till the time ma'am probably can.
See, I feel people dwell in this state of sadness and loneliness for a long time. It is not just within 1 or 2 days. If it has built up over a period of time, and with some incident it may get triggered. So they feel like they are worthless, and they carry the guilt feeling. This is one thing I need to address to all my audience. See, guilt, don't dwell in that guilt feeling. Guilt feel is the one which make you feel low. See, all of us would have made, we can't be perfect, and we don't go in for perfectionist and don't go in for perfectionism, because all of us cannot do that. With that, you'll be stressed out, you'll be losing your energy, and you may feel restless also because of that. So, and by not completing it, you may dwell in the guilt feeling.
Correct.
So don't dwell in the guilt feeling. Try to deal with it. How did it happen? When did it happen? So what led to that situation? Then you think, oh, it can happen to anybody. So you will be out of that guilt feeling. So my feeling is, dwelling in that guilt feeling, not sharing with anyone, will make you feel low. Okay. So try to deal with your guilt feeling.
Ma'am, we'll take the next question. I think this is even something that I am confused with, and I've seen a lot of people having different point of view on this particular subject. So it'll be great to have your insight. So what is the difference between a psychologist, a psychiatrist, and a therapist? And how do you know which one to choose according to your problem?
See, psychiatrist is a person after MBBS. He would have done his MD, then he is specialized in psychiatry. So that is a psychiatrist, and he has authority to prescribe medicine, and he can develop certain therapies, drug addict therapies, and psychotherapy. He would have additional values by doing other courses also. He can add up that. That's the psychiatrist. So we psychologists, we are not going to administer any medicine. We are not authorized to prescribe any medicine. So people usually don't like to go to a psychiatrist because they will prescribe medicine.
Okay.
They always feel that the psychiatrist, whatever they prescribe, that will have side effects.
Okay.
So they prefer to come to a psychologist. In that time, when we know that they prefer to come to us, we have to play a major role in attending to their problem, in analyzing their problem.
Okay.
When we feel that, see,
Yeah.
there are different levels of their feelings. See, the fact and the feelings. The fact, they will say something, and what they go through about the feelings, there are different levels of feeling.
Yeah.
High, medium and the low. So when they come out with the feelings, when we feel it is medium, we'll try to push them down,
Yeah.
so they will be alright without medication.
Yeah.
When they initially come to us with a high feeling, high level of feelings, then I don't want to take a chance. I immediately refer them to psychiatrist.
Okay.
They need to be medicated because I'm not available 24/7. Whereas this medicine will take care of them 24/7. They'll get help themselves better.
Okay.
So that's why when the feelings are very high,
Yeah.
they're about to take a drastic step. When they come and share it with me that they cannot, they become hopeless, there is no way they can lead a normal life, then I'll take a call. Immediately I will not let them go also.
Yeah.
I'll make sure I'll call their relative and make sure that they take their medical help. And the therapist that can be a psychiatrist, also be a therapist, and the psychologist also can be a therapist.
Okay.
Therapist is the one who understand the problems of an individual and try to analyze it. They have to analyze where is this problem. Is it high, medium or low, and what led to there are different kind of therapies, behavior modification therapies, cognitive therapies, all those things. So we need to see each individual is different. So accordingly we select. We have to tailor make in sometimes according to their problem and issues, and accordingly we give them therapies. It can be psychiatrist also, it can be psychologist also.
And how will I come to know? So suppose maybe I can sense, or my loved ones can sense, that there are certain symptoms that I'm going through, maybe mood swings, or maybe I'm not eating properly, not sleeping, something is bothering me. So shall I take an appointment with a psychiatrist
or a psychologist is the first person you can go to. So if she's a very good psychologist, or he may be a good psychologist, he will definitely will suggest you. I definitely will not take a chance if the problems are very high. If their feelings are very high, I don't want to take chance, because in the case of life and death, definitely I'll put them on to psychiatrist. So it's better to go to a psychologist.
Correct.
Then they will take a call on that, whether they need to go to a psychiatrist. And therapy is afterwards. After analyzing where is this problem, it is not that one session or two session you will be alright. You have to, therapies are something you need to attend the sessions continuously over a period of time. Then we will also know that from what level to what level they have moved. Also.
So I think, friends, what Dr. Sugami is trying to tell you is that if you're going through any kind of a stress, fear, frustration, first talk to someone you love, talk to someone you admire, your friend, family. If that is also not working out, so the first step is probably take an appointment of a psychologist. Go there, talk to them. They are learned to get to the root cause of the problem, and they will tell you how to deal with it. Just in case they feel probably you are not at the state where a psychologist can treat you and you need medicine, or probably you need further probing, the stage of your emotions or the feelings, probably need a more deeper level of probing and medicines, they will probably ask you to go and probably connect you to another psychiatrist who can take your case thereafter. So I think it's a very important insight the doctor has shared with us, because this is a very common problem between what people go through. They don't understand the difference between a psychologist and a psychiatrist. So I hope that is addressed. We'll take our next question, ma'am.
Yeah, sure.
How big of threat does insomnia poses on mental wellness, and how to prevent it? This is a question by Arjun. So thanks, Arjun, for posting this question, and ma'am, your views.
See, mental see, insomnia is something which need to, that psychiatrist, you need to take the help of psychiatrist. You have to, because it's something which is an inbuilt, it is something which is not okay in your mental balance. Your thought process is continuously, your mind is not able to take a rest. It continuously, your thought process is happening even though you are supposed to rest for some time. So for that you need to have a psychiatrist help. They will do EEG and all that. So they will analyze your sleep pattern and all that. I feel you need to go in for a psychiatrist opinion in this case.
Okay, so insomnia is a very big symptom that
you need to consult
a psychiatrist.
And for therapies to deal with your stress, you can come to a psychologist. And for the medication and how to do with it, you need to be constantly.
Correct. I will take next question. This question is by Ashish. Hi Ashish. He wants to ask how to strike a balance Okay, we're back.
Yeah. See, work and life balance is a tough thing. You imagine Ashish, right? Ashish.
Yeah, Ashish.
See, Ashish, we women can manage, means you can very well manage. See, we have much more things to balance than you, Ashish. Okay. See, we have to manage the household staff and all, taking care of the entire family. And then we are all professional. We all come for work. See, when we can do it, when doctors can do it, when manage their life, because day in day night they keep getting a call in the night, late night and all that, Ashish. So even it's not a big deal. You just have to think about and write it down. What are your problems? What is that you need to work it out? And be early to your workplace and spend quality time with especially when you get a chance to spend quality time with your family, make the best of it. Don't wait for, you want to relax. I work the whole weekend. Usually it happens. I work the whole weekend. I want to relax at home. So you take your family, go out somewhere and relax. That is the best way, so that they are also happy. You enjoy. I'll be relaxing. They will be enjoying this and all that. You need to work on it. It's not a big deal, Ashish. You just think about it. You plan it, and it'll work. It's not a big deal.
Okay, so we have one more question from one of our followers. He wants to ask you that people say that short sleepers and insomnia are very different concept. How good it is if anyone is a short sleeper. So he's probably concerned
about
that he doesn't have a long
sleep and all that. See, sleeping. If you have a sleeping problem, is it you need to identify what is it which is bothering you. Is it because of your stress? Is it because of your workload? Is it because some issues which is bothering you? You need to identify this sleeplessness because of what are the problems which I am going through. If it is a problem, try to deal with it, and exercise is the best way to deal with your sleeplessness and all that. If you do workouts, if you do gymming, if you do your good physical activity, definitely you will hit the bed. If not day one, the day two, definitely you will hit the bed. I'm sure you will have a good sleeping pattern. But maintain, consistency should be there. Don't be one day you're sleeping at 10 o'clock, the next day you're sleeping at 2 o'clock. That is not. Maintain discipline in your sleeping habits is also very much required.
So exercise is the solution to your problem, and you know what to do when it comes to exercise. Log on to www.gympik.com. Okay, we have a very interesting question by a follower, Shubhra. Hi Shubhra. So Shubhra wants to ask, what can be done to prevent depression from recurring?
See, you need to, first of all, you need to identify what is that which is bothering you. What is that which make you feel low. Identify yourself. It's not that a psychologist also cannot identify. You need to identify what is that which is bothering you, first of all. Before going to the psychologist or the psychiatrist, you can do it. Shubhra, you're not an uneducated woman. You are an educated human. You need to identify where is this problem which is bothering me. Spend some 5-10 minutes in a day or some time and identify, oh, this is the problem. And what are the options left? What are the support system I have? So when you feel all those things are closed, then you go and talk to someone. By talking to someone, you may yourself find a decision. You find someone who is not judging, who is not forming an opinion, who is not advising, who is not trying to control. You find that some person and talk to them. And if you are not comfortable, then go to a psychiatrist or a psychologist. They will be able to help you out. They will, if it is very severe, they may put you on medication. If it is not, they'll be able to make you go through all the options which you have. So, in fact, they will also not advise you or suggest you and form an opinion about you. Okay?
Yeah, and there is a very nice question which actually even I want to ask. It's by Nathaniel. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correct. Sorry if I'm not. He wants to ask, we are surrounded by immense negativity in today's time. So how to bring positivity in these situations? Because, even if you log on to the internet, you're watching the news, there's a lot of negativity, you get to hear all the negative things. So how to be positive, how to bring positivity in such situations?
Firstly, you have to believe in yourself. What you are doing. Are you being honest? Are you leading an honest life? Are you good enough and what you are capable of? You believe in yourself, first of all. Then you look, so many things are happening, that is for sure. But what you want to pick up. See, suppose if you want to lead a positive life, good life, you go and pick up. See, just because there is a block in your roadway, you will not stop it, right? You go roundabout. If suppose you are traveling somewhere, if there is a block in your way, you will not stop there. You go around, go to the destination. So there will be a lot of blocks in your way, in your leading life. So it doesn't mean you have to stuck, you have to pick up that, you need to sit and cry. No, look for other options. There are a lot of ways to make yourself happy, make yourself okay. If you are not okay, if you are a lot of negative, okay, don't switch off that news which is bothering you. Go and read some storybook, some romantic storybook, or go and log into some joke books or something. You have to choose what you want in your life. It is in your hand. If you want to be happy, you look for happiness. You look for happiness. When you can look for unhappiness, you can look for happiness also, right? It is in your hand. Don't lose your self-control to be happy.
Point taken, ma'am. I have seen a lot of my friends going through stressful situations, probably because of a negative work environment, a negative workspace. So how does one deal with that?
See, when you feel somebody's behavior is having a negative influence on your work environment, first you observe. Is it a one day or a second day or a third? If it is very frequently, if it is happening you, which is affecting your life, you need to somehow communicate to that. Then you seems to be not okay. You seems to be. We find you make a note of it, because day one like this, day two like this, and he or she cannot say no, I didn't behave that. See, on day one you behave this way, day two you behave this way. Because of that, we are all getting affected. You need to go and address to that person, and see, we are all there to help you. You just come out. We will be able to help you out. You just talk to that person. If he is spreading the negative vibes around you, you need to stop that, because don't judge him. Don't form an opinion that he's bad or see, he may be going through certain problem which he's not able to. This is how you need to identify. You need to identify that person is not happy internally. When he's sending that negative vibe. Internally he's not happy. That's why he's sending that negative vibes around.
So I think what ma'am has suggested is if you're facing a negative workspace, first of all, don't react in the first few instances. Keep a log. observe for some time, probably a week, 10 days, then whoever you feel is probably giving you those negative vibes, having a one-on-one communication, face-to-face is the best way. Talk it out with the person, try to find out if there is something that he's dealing with internally which is probably causing this kind of a behavior. If that doesn't work out and things still continue, talk to the person, probably the HR or your manager. Tell them that this kind of a negative work environment is probably not suited, and I'm sure people do help. But what we have to remember is to speak up. So that's what probably the message is. Just speak up about things that are frustrating you. Speak about your stresses, your frustrations. We have another question by Purav. So Purav wants to ask two things. Can depression cause physical pain?
Yeah, definitely. Because of depression, there's a lack of sleep, lack of appetite, and then you are not be able. You feel very low. So because there's no energy to push you to. This is because body become weak, and you don't have physical fitness. You don't feel like walking around. You don't feel like getting up. You lose your energy by thinking about the negativity in you. So thinking about negative things around you. So you're draining your energy. When you drain your energy, definitely you will have a lot of aches and pains and all that. So it's we do treat about psychosomatic disorders like migraine headache and then asthma and all. These are all even though they don't have a major illness, because of stress, because of certain issues, they are not able to deal with it, they come out with all these pains and all that. We do help them with a therapy session.
Okay. And he also wants to check what are the side effects of taking medication if affected by depression.
See, side effects depend on individual to individual.
Okay.
It depends. It's not that it may. Some medicine will cause some side effects. Some medicine will not have side effects for certain. See, it depends on individual to individual. Suppose if you are being prescribed with a medication by a psychiatrist. Suppose if you have a side effects, please go back to the psychiatrist and tell them, because of this medication I'm having. Please don't read the internet. People usually read the internet and come to doctors. Please stop doing that. See, because each individual is different. Each of us body is different. So, if suppose for some it may use. If you keep that in, this is has side effect, this is has side effect. So you will not, that medicine will not have effect on. So today doctor has prescribed me this medicine. Let me take. So if it doesn't help, I'll go back. So go with that feeling. Don't read the internet and read about what are the side effects of the medicine and then go to the doctor. That's not going to be helpful for you. Go with the open-mindedness. If the doctor says, all the doctors will not, some of the doctors will say, no, you don't need medication, you just come for the session, you will be all right. We can take a call on that. We know when to put you on medication. Suppose if they prescribe, you go back to the same doctor. Don't shop doctors. One day you're going to one doctor and another. Oh, somebody say, hey, that doctor is very good, that psychiatrist is very good, he helped me. See, it's different from individual to individual. Don't shop doctor. Go back to the doctor. If that is not working, that is not helping. That's the best way to deal with it, I guess.
Okay, Pranav wants to ask, does symptom of depression need any special treatment? So is it different for different people?
Yeah, it's different from different people. See, what I feel is, there are certain warning signs which you need to understand. For that, suppose there will be irregular of sleep and decreased energy, and then appetite, you need to take care if the appetite is not good. There are whole lot of guilt feeling and suicidal thought and unexplained physical symptoms. Like, even though simply one person had come to me saying that I'm having pain. They did all those investigation, everything was normal. But because of, then I went and spoke to them for their problem issues and all. It was actually the problem. After dealing with that problem, that pain went off. So these are the things which we need to look out, and you need to make a note of it. Somebody who can observe, or you yourself can note it. There are about 10-15 items, symptoms which you feel that you are going into distress or something. So if there is 5 or 6 of the symptom which is happening over a period of weeks, like 1 week or 2 weeks, you keep minimum 2. 1 odd days, it's okay. Sometimes once in a month, once in 15 days, if you go with, that's okay. It continuously happening over a period of time, period 5-6 weeks or something, then it is something which is bothering you, then immediately you need to go to a doctor and take the help. Yeah.
Hi Amit. Amit wants to ask, can mental illness be cured completely?
Yes, especially depression is one thing that if they can really take care of themselves well, if they understand where is the problem, it can be treatable. Depression is one thing that can be treatable and that can be helped, but they need to maintain the consistency in attending the session, in attending the doctor's visit also. They should not, see, usually when they are put in the medication or when they attend the session and all that, they become alright. They discontinue the session, they discontinue the medication, then that will relapse.
Yeah.
So that should not, they should maintain, even though if you are feeling good also, you should go back to the doctors, you should go back to the therapist, you should go back to the psychologist, and they have to take a call on withdrawing your medication, and they should certify. I myself tell them, you are perfectly fine, you can relax, and whenever you require my help, I'm available. I'll tell them, because I don't want them to come and sit in my session, sit in my hospital, wasting their time and energy. All youngsters should spend their time in somewhere else, enjoying their life rather than spending their life in the hospital. Yeah. I don't want, in fact I tell them, you're wasting your energy here, wasting your money here, coming to the hospital. Yeah. I encourage them not to come to my session if they're alright. Yeah. If they need help, I'm available. I'll go to my out of the way to help them also sometimes.
Yeah. A very good question by Manoj. Hi Manoj. Manoj wants to know, is depression hereditary?
Usually people ask if there is any heredity in your family who has ended their life and all. That you can ignore it. Suppose if there is a heredity of depression also, you can overcome that. It's a 50-50 chance, I feel. If there is it adds up to your problem. Suppose if you know that there is a depression in your family, there is a history of depression, you take prevention about it, you take precaution so that it doesn't affect your life. You can be more conscious. Like it is like anything like diabetes, hypertension, all those things are same. So when you know that your family history has got diabetes or hypertension, you take precaution, you do a lot of exercise, you will be conscious about your diet, and you'll start. It's the same thing here. When you know that you have history of it, you prevent it. Don't allow it to succumb you. Don't allow it to catch up with the depression.
Okay, so question by Ratika. Hi Ratika. She wants to ask, and I think it makes a lot of sense. She wants to know how to convince your close ones to visit a doctor in case of a mental illness, as mostly they're not ready to visit or accept the fact that they need help, they need a doctor, they need medical advice.
So you just talk to them first. First, since they are very close to you, Radhika, you just talk to that person. See, do you need help? You don't say you go to the doctor. Don't advise them. Do you need help? You feel you can handle it properly. You should you say I feel, Radhika. You should say I feel you need. I am not able to help you out. There are certain people who are specialized in helping you out because day in day out they deal with it. So you just go, take an opinion. If you are not comfortable, you can come back. You give the choice to them, don't force them. So by forcing, they will not be attentive in the session, they'll just come, they will not be, you give them an option. You take your time, give them a time to take a call, to take that decision, come to a doctor or a specialist. So give them a choice, let them go and then decide. Okay?
So basically don't force them.
Don't force them. Don't give them, just talk to them. I feel I am not, see you have shared this problem, I am not specialized in it. I'm just a friend, I'm just a listener, but there are specialized person in it, like different kinds of doctors who can treat specially in this. So they'll be able to help you out. Just talk to them.
Because what happens in our society, probably because of lack of awareness, it's taken as a as a sign of weakness.
Yeah.
Whereas it is whereas it is similar to having a bad stomach or having a fractured arm, where you go and seek medical help.
Yeah,
right?
like a diabetes, hypertension.
Exactly. You have hypertension, you go, you meet your doctor, you see. But the fact is that because of lack of awareness, there's always a denial. No, I'm not weak, or no, I don't need doctors.
They defend themselves.
They defend themselves, and the situation gets worse for the person. It could be probably in a husband and a wife kind of a situation where either of the partner is feeling that the other person probably needs some kind of medical advice. He's not able to handle, get a grip on the life.
See, I do handle cases like when there is a marital issues and all that. Usually people come alone.
Yeah.
So I tell them, see, to help you out, I need the other partner also.
Yeah.
So I tell them, it's not, I know you have this problem, so I need the other support system to help you better.
Yeah.
You go and tell your partner, so tell that if you want me to be alright, ma'am needs your support also, just come. So bringing them, so we will have a clear picture about that other person also. So it's not good to listen to one person, especially the marital issues. It's better to listen to both the people and try to help them.
Yeah. So it's not a sign of weakness, friends.
No, not at all. No, not at all. It happens to everyone because during during their arguments, they go back to the past. They're not dwelling in the present situation.
Yeah.
So that's why they get into love. And in the home atmosphere, it's easy for them to get into violent mode and abusive language and all that. Whereas in the session, we make them to go back to the past, and they'll be controlling their behavior. The self-controlness automatically comes in, and we tell them, you practice the same thing at home. See how well you are able to control your emotions and all. You are able to communicate to me, but with a very nice manner, and the other person was listening what the other person was saying against her or him. So they were able to control their emotions in the session. So that we tell them, go and practice the same kind way. Controlling the emotions is very much required, and the other person should listen to what he is trying to say and all that. Then things will work out better.
So the next question is that when do you know you require medication?
So doctors will take a psychologist will take a call, or if you go to a psychiatrist also, they will let you know that you need medication or not. Yeah.
So friends, I mean, we've talked a lot, about mental wellness. I think the key insights being don't shy away from speaking.
Yeah.
Don't think it is a sign of weakness. It can be cured.
Yeah.
It's not hereditary. If you're suffering from insomnia, yes, probably you need to go and talk it out with a specialist, a psychologist or a psychiatrist. The first thing, if you are undergoing any kind of a frustration, stress, anger, which you're not able to deal with yourself, talk to a friend, talk to a family member. If that's not working out, your first step should be to connect with a psychologist, because they can help to understand the root cause of the problem and probably help you in case they feel that you've overpassed that stage and your feelings, the level of your feelings, is not under control. They will connect you with a psychiatrist. So these are the major things that we have talked about. Sleeping is important. Exercising is important. There were a lot of questions that people asked. And probably the kind of nutrition that you are taking. So we have a lot of, on our blog, we have a section on mental wellness where people from our team keep on giving you good content around what you should eat, what you should do to be mentally healthy, what are the kind of foods that will help you. So do go on our blog and check out those articles. I'm sure it will help you. And if you know someone is not in the current frame of mind, so don't force him to go to a psychologist or a psychiatrist. Make him comfortable and tell him that probably you cannot help him right now, but he should seek help convey the same message in a manner that it is not considered that it is forced on him. It should be by will. Only then things can work out for him.
That's right. See, that's what I stress on this. Don't dwell in the guilt feeling. Don't avoid the situation that will make you go through that guilt feeling also. If you have any problem, if you have any issues, go and deal with it. Try to sort it out. If you keep avoiding, the guilt feelings start dwelling in more and more, and you will not be able to face the consequences. Go, see, I'm going to having this problem, so that's why I'm avoiding business. Let me go. If I go, what is the consequences? So if you go it that way, I'm sure you will get out of that fear and this thing also. And controlling of anger, which I need to stress on this. Suppose for young people, young adults get in contact with their friends, with their parents, they may try to constantly controlling them, judging them, forming an opinion and all that. So during that time, you think that it's a fault on their behavior. They don't know, they're not able to understand what you're going through. So think that it doesn't mean that you need to overreact to their situation. So instead of that overreacting to the situation, go and discuss with them. See, I'm going through this problem. That's why I'm overreacting to the situation. I need your support system. In that way, you will be helping yourself, and you will be making them to understand what you are going through also. Don't suppress your feelings. By suppressing your feelings, you may go into depression. Discuss. Try to seek out for help. See, you're all intelligent. You're all having good cognitive skills. You're so lucky enough to have a good cognitive skills. So try to deal with it by looking for options. Don't think that all doors are closed. There will be an option. You look out for options and look out for seeking for your help. Definitely you will be able to. It is just a temporary phase. All of us go through these kind of. It will be just a temporary phase. In that temporary phase, you need to look out for options. If you look out for an option, definitely you will be able to overcome. And there are so many techniques are there to relax your mind. Relaxation techniques are there. Exercise is there. Getting into good food habits. You should enjoy the food. Or if you want to enjoy the food, go and start cooking yourself. That will de-stress your mind. And one more thing is you can enjoy your nature, enjoy your exercise. This will make you feel relaxed, and you will be able to overcome it. And whatever you do, maintain consistency. I insist on consistency. Whatever you do, maintain that. If you start doing your gymming, maintain that consistently. At what you feel, you should feel guilty of not doing exercise, not eating good food and all that. You should not be guilty about your feelings or your sadness or any such things. You should be guilty of not taking care of yourself. So you work on that, and definitely that will help you to overcome the depression, I guess.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. So I just shall I end the session?
Yes, ma'am. I think we've had all the questions.
So there's a beautiful lines regarding relations. Relations are insurance policies against loneliness. They need to be renewed with a regular premium paid, with the communication, feelings, love and care. This is how I would like to end this session with.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for this session. I'm sure we have answered a lot of queries, and more, more we talk about it, more people will become aware about this situation. So thanks a lot. And guys, if you have any more question, please drop us a comment, and we'll come back and give you insight on that. Thank you so much for watching. Bye. Happy World Health Day.
Happy World Health.